Hey, it's Chad GPT. We're sitting in my workbench in the basement today because we're going to do a project here. We're going to do a laser engraving on a gift idea that I had for my company, which is Core Beyond Naturals. I have got a product. It's called Follicel, which is a hair restoration. I'm not supposed to say that. It's a hair growth support supplement. It's got some really powerful natural ingredients, some vitamins, minerals, and amino acids, along with those botanical actives. So today we are going to print my company logo along with a name on the back of a, on the back of a boar brush. This is going to be a gift for some of the people that are helping me out with the company and with social media advertising. So what we're going to do, we are going to first finish off the design that I've got, and then we're going to port that over to the software that's going to engrave it on the laser. So let's get started. This is our design for it. I've already measured off the size and I created this in Canva. It's going to cover about the 2 inches, 1 3/4 to 2 inches of that, and I think it's 1 3/4 wide by 2 inches high. It's not big enough to take up the entire back of the brush, but it is big enough to be very noticeable. So I did a test run the other day, got the resolution set right and the power and everything. So we're going to use settings that I zeroed in on before. So on this, I've got this ready to go. This is my logo. This will hit share and download. I'm going to make sure it's a transparent background, and we're going to download that PNG. That's going to take a couple seconds to download. Now on my laptop here, we'll be recording the screen on it, but what we're going to do is go and grab that file that I just barely downloaded. This is Laser Gerbil. I've got version 7.14.1. We're going to open that file. I'm going to pull it up from my downloads file that just came in, and we can see the lines in it here, and we're just going to double check a couple of settings, because what I discovered before was we want to, on the resize parameter, we want to set it smooth with the HQ bicubic, and grayscale, we don't want that. Let's see. Well, it is just black and white, so we're going to click the black and white button. We're going to do line-to-line tracing, and the direction is horizontal because it's a little narrower horizontally, so go faster. And the quality is 10 lines per millimeter. So we're going to go with those settings right now. The next thing is, once we get that set, the engraving speed is 2,000 millimeters per minute is how we're going to set that with dynamic power. S-min is 0 and S-max is 400. That's so that it can adjust the power as it needs to in concentrated areas, or back off in concentrated areas, or increase it when there's isolated areas. So there's no auto size. This is 45.5 millimeters wide and 63.5 millimeters tall. So yeah, that is 1 3/4 as I do a quick calculation in my head. I'm going to move it up here a little bit. Maybe I'll put it more in the middle of the platform, so we have a little room to work with the brush. All right, let me make sure I've got the right setting here. We're just gonna print it. We're gonna etch it once. This is to focus it, to make sure we got the right spot. Just gonna etch it once, just on the, I've got a piece of masonite that I keep on my workbench here, so when I'm soldering or doing anything else, I just burn that and don't get to smell the varnish on my table. This is my old desk. So I'm gonna make this the new home here. And now we're gonna turn on the laser for focusing. We can see that it's gonna take almost 3 minutes to do this burn. We won't watch the whole thing. I'm gonna make that current position is X1, Y1. Now we're going to go ahead and run the program. Let me show you my cool glasses. I think I'm going to just wear these around. They've kind of got a green tint to it. It could set a new style. They make my computer screens look like the old green monochrome ones. Okay, we can see right up here it's scanning at the top. This is the final, it's the final section up here at the top, and it's done. So when I was reading the instructions on my scanner, which is the Ortur scanner, S2, I believe it is, S3, and I will paste the name of it in this video. When I was reading the instructions, it talked about doing it in the garage. It was going to burn, to have a fire extinguisher on hand and all sorts of stuff like that. And I think legally they want to say that in case somebody catches their house on fire. I happen to be sitting right next to my furnace and my water heaters in my mechanical room, which is where my little workbench is in my house. It doesn't smell any worse than soldering something. In fact, it smells much better than that. It's just a slight hint of burning wood. Barely, but I wouldn't think that it would ever start a flame. If so, I've got ways to put it out, but I'm not worried about it. All right, there we go. All right, see, we can see that nicely burned. The resolution is good on it. It's nice and dark, so this is going to show up really well, and it's about the right size. Ready to go. Let's get this up here where you can see it a little bit better. I have found that as long as you don't touch it, I've actually burned one twice. You can put one over the top and they'll line up pretty well. That's it for laser engraving today. We've got the software Laser Gerbil. We've got the Ortur laser engraver that we've taken a look at. And you can burn this into leather, wood, I don't know what all, but you can give it a try. There's not much risk in doing it, just don't start any fires. I'm ChatGPT. I don't just make stuff up, I actually do it.